What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $600 second stimulus check update and your $2,000 third stimulus check update. It's official. Joe Biden is now the president of the United States, and President Donald Trump has left Washington, D.C. and the White House and has flown to Mar-a-Lago in Florida. I'm going to catch you guys up with the latest breaking news of the inauguration and the stimulus checks. We're also going to hear from Treasury Secretary, the new Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, on stimulus checks and stimulus packages coming out. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos regarding upcoming stimulus checks and stimulus packages. And give this video a like for us down below. It really helps out our channel. All right, let's jump right in. President Donald Trump gave an additional farewell speech early this morning. Let me show you the last few seconds of that speech.
Wish the new administration great luck and great success. I think they'll have great success. They have the foundation to do something really spectacular. And again, we put it in a position like it's never been before, despite the worst plague to hit since, I guess you'd say, 1917, over 100 years ago. And despite that, the things that we've done have been just incredible, and I couldn't have done it without you. So just a goodbye. We love you. We will be back in some form. And again, I want to thank our Vice President, Mike Pence, and Karen. I want to thank Congress, because we really worked well with Congress, at least certain elements of Congress. But we really did. We've gotten so much done that nobody thought would be possible. But I do want to thank Congress. And I want to thank all of the great people of Washington, D.C., all of the people that we worked with to put this miracle together. So have a good life. We will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So, wow, several things there. President Donald Trump says, thank you, have a good life. He also says, we worked well with Congress, and I think a lot of people are going to take that tongue-in-cheek because, well, Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats impeached him twice in the House and were so far unsuccessful in the Senate both times. But they did pass stimulus packages and stimulus checks and multiple packages. So, yeah, I mean, he talked about the stock market being at an all-time high before the pandemic and after the pandemic, which is true. And a lot of people will say the economy was very good before and kind of coming out of it now. Although with this virus around, I don't know if we'll be able to fully come out of it until the virus is completely gone. And President Donald Trump promises to be back in some form. Be interesting to see what happens in the future. And as you've seen there, President Donald Trump thanked Vice President Mike Pence. However, this morning, Mike Pence did not go to President Donald Trump's farewell ceremony. He instead decided to go to now President, I can't even say President-elect. I'm going to mess that up for sure a few times. The new President, Joe Biden, who's now officially president, former Vice President Mike Pence decided to go to President Biden's inauguration ceremony. You could see him here on the screen shaking hands with the new Vice President Kamala Harris. So, yeah, Mike Pence decided not to go to Trump's farewell ceremony and instead go to the inauguration of Joe Biden. President Donald Trump actually granted pardons or clemency to over 100 people over the last 24 hours. Most notably getting these pardons was Steve Bannon, for one. Quote, Mr. Bannon has been an important leader in the conservative movement and is known for his political acumen, said Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany in announcing Bannon's pardon. Also, GOP fundraiser Elliot Broidy, former Detroit Democratic Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, and rapper Lil Wayne were all pardoned today. Those are the most notable ones. The ones not getting pardons were any of President Donald Trump's family or President Donald Trump himself. He did not pardon anybody in his family or himself or anything like that. I personally thought he was going to pardon his family just for kind of like the if, ands, and buts, just to do it. But I guess he decided it might be better for him politically to just not do it and defend themselves on any kind of, I mean, for sure, I definitely think there's going to be people that try to sue him and states that come after him for this and that and different various things. And I guess he's just going to defend himself. Now, he couldn't have pardoned himself on the state level or his family, anyways. These are only federal charges that you can do this on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Most notably, who didn't get pardoned besides his family and himself, Joe Exotic from the Netflix series Tiger King. He apparently was waiting outside prison or had a limo waiting outside prison for him. I hope he got a cheap rate on that limo because that limo was probably still waiting there. He did not get a pardon. Joe Biden, who is now President Joe Biden, I have to get used to saying that, is had his inaugural address here shortly ago. I will have that inaugural address for you on our other channel, The Daily Dirt. Yesterday, I had the farewell speech from President Donald Trump, although he gave another one this morning. I will have the inaugural speech for Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, on The Daily Dirt for you guys. So there's a link down below in the description of that if you want to subscribe to that channel and check out that video. I will link you to that in the comments of this video when that video goes live. It might be live now. If it is, I'll link you to that at the end of this video. Joe Biden is expected to sign a flurry, at least 12 different presidential executive orders today on what we're expecting to extend the eviction moratorium and student loan forbearance, where you will not have to pay your student loan payments. And we're expecting these to possibly go until September 30th of 2021. There's also supposed to be several different agencies that Biden will direct on mortgages. It might be possible that he may extend the mortgage forbearance where you won't have to pay your mortgage to the bank. I will be keeping you guys updated on all these executive orders here in my next video. Remember, new videos come out at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. every single day Eastern time, and probably for the next few days, 11 p.m. also. Next, let me show you what the new Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, she's the new Steve Mnuchin, the new Treasury Secretary. Let me show you what she has to say in her opening remarks here in a testimony to Congress on what will be happening with incoming stimulus checks and stimulus packages.
Chairman Grassley, Ranking Member Wyden, members of the committee, it's an honor to appear before you. And Senator Feinstein, thank you for that very kind introduction. I have immense respect for the task before this committee, rebuilding the American economy from its sharpest downturn in history. If I'm fortunate enough to be confirmed, I would strive to be a good partner in that work. I've spent almost my entire life thinking about economics and how it can help people during hard times. My father was a doctor in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. It was more of a working class neighborhood back then. His patients would take the bus up from their jobs at factories or docks, and they'd come to our stoop because that's where my dad's office was, in our basement. He was the kind of doctor who treated the whole patient. He knew about their lives, about when they'd been fired or couldn't pay. Those remain some of the clearest moments in my childhood. My parents had been children of the Depression, and they had a visceral reaction to economic hardship. Economics is sometimes considered a dry subject, but I've always tried to approach my science the same way my father approached his, as a means to help people. And this committee, I believe, has viewed it the same way, especially during these last few months. When economists look back on the pandemic, I expect they'll conclude that Congress's actions averted a lot of suffering. But more must be done. Economists don't always agree, but I think there is a consensus now. Without further action, we risk a longer, more painful recession now and longer-term scarring of the economy later. The pandemic has caused widespread devastation. Whole industries have paused their work. 18 million unemployment insurance claims are being paid every week. Food bank shelves are going empty. The damage has been sweeping. And as the president-elect said last Thursday, our response must be too. Over the next few months, we're going to need more aid to distribute the vaccine, to reopen schools, to help states keep firefighters and teachers on the job. We'll need more funding to make sure unemployment insurance checks still go out and to help families who are at risk of going hungry or losing the roof over their heads. Neither the president-elect nor I proposed this relief package without an appreciation for the country's debt burden. But right now, with interest rates at historic lows, the smartest thing we can do is act big. In the long run, I believe the benefits will far outweigh the costs, especially if we care about helping people who have been struggling for a very long time. People worry about a K-shaped recovery, but well before COVID-19 infected a single American, we were living in a K-shaped economy, one where wealth built upon wealth, while working families fell farther and farther behind. This is especially true for people of color. At the Fed, I became accustomed to the institution's dual mandate to promote stable prices and maximum employment. As Treasury Secretary, I think there will be a dual mission too, helping Americans endure the final months of this pandemic, keeping people safe while getting them back to work. That's our first task. But then there's the longer term project. We have to rebuild our economy so that it creates more prosperity for more people and ensures that American workers can compete in an increasingly competitive global economy. Members of the committee, these are very ambitious goals, and I know we will need to work together. You can count on me to do that in a bipartisan way. My husband and son are watching us on C-SPAN from the other room. They are not only wonderful people, they're also wonderful and opinionated economists themselves. So I'm used to debate about these issues in the House, and I'd welcome it in the Senate. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Yellen.
Now, Janet Yellen is the former Federal Reserve Chairman and will now be the Treasury Secretary. So she's a very important person in our economy and going forward. She got basically grilled by the Senate committee, which was headed by Republicans because this was yesterday and Republicans were still in charge of the Senate. And they basically grilled her saying, well, do we need more stimulus for this? Do we need more stimulus for this? Do we need more stimulus for this? And every single time her answer was yes, we need more stimulus now so that we can come out of this recession and this depression faster. And spending stimulus money now will help out our country more in the long run and will possibly even pay for itself. So literally, if you spend trillions of dollars now in stimulus, and you come out of the recession earlier, 6 months earlier, 12 months earlier, whatever, we come out of it earlier than if we didn't spend and didn't help out Americans like you, American businesses, the economy, help people get back to work, spend money on the virus and the vaccines. If we don't do that now, then it's gonna take twice as long. And any money we spend now will probably be paid for by coming out of the recession earlier and quicker, and thus bringing us back to the job levels and the economic levels that we were at beforehand, which will actually bring in more tax dollars faster and will actually pay for itself. So I will be keeping you updated throughout the day. President Biden is signing executive orders probably right now. I will keep you updated. Remember, my next video will be at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Make sure you're subscribed down below and click the bell icon so you get notifications. Click it to all notifications, and I will keep you updated. This top video here is my newest stimulus check video next. And if this bottom video is here, it's President Biden's inauguration on our second channel, The Daily Dirt. This video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.